DELTAGEN 2018X Video Tutorial Basics. Number 5. Visibility. Welcome to 3DEXCITE DELTAGEN. In this video, we will illustrate the way objects are displayed in DELTAGEN. Number 1. Selection as wireframe, solid, or bounding box. In order to see what is currently selected, enable one of these three highlighting modes by pressing H, then toggle through the three options. Selection as wireframe will display your selection in an orange wireframe. Choosing selection as solid will display your selection in solid orange, and choosing selection as bounding box will display an orange bounding box around your selection. Number 2. Hide background lines. Pressing L toggles Hide Background Lines. Now, active parts of the wireframe that are occluded by geometry will not be displayed. This makes it easier to work when dealing with large amounts of geometry. Number 3. View Normals. View Normals displays faces pointing away from the camera in magenta. The keyboard shortcut is backspace. This makes it easy to find geometry that needs to be flipped. Number 4. NURBS Faces. Boundaries, open boundaries, and isolines. These three modes help to analyze NURBS geometry. Enabling the boundaries by pressing B displays all NURBS patch borders in thick, light blue lines. Enabling open boundaries by pressing O shows all open boundaries in magenta. And enabling isolines by pressing I shows all original NURBS curves describing the geometry's shape in light blue dotted lines. Number 5. Highlight B-sides. Highlight B-sides shows the B-sides of a scene in bright green color. By using this visibility mode, you can examine and correct your jacketing. Number 6. Unhide All. By pressing Ctrl, Alt, H, all hidden objects in the scene will be set to visible. Objects hidden by variants or switches will remain hidden. Number 7. Toggle Visibility. By choosing Toggle Visibility in the Visibility submenu of the View menu, or by pressing Ctrl H, the selected object will become invisible in the same way as removing the visibility checkmark in the scene tree. If you execute this operation with an invisible object selected, it will become visible. Number 8. Isolate View. Isolate View is a frequently used feature when working with objects where some parts are covered by neighboring geometries. The default keyboard shortcut is V. Isolate View will keep the selected objects visible while all other objects are temporarily hidden. To exit Isolate View, simply hit V a second time. Number 9. Enable Help Geometries. In DELTAGEN Hub, lights are help geometries. If you want to see and rotate a light source in the viewer, you need to enable help geometries and activate the manipulators in order to see and rotate the light source. If you want to change the display size of help geometries, you can do this in the preferences. In DELTAGEN Stage, you can create additional cameras that are also help geometries, which are only visible when Enable Help Geometries is active. In DELTAGEN Classic, you have a second renderer called Look. When using this renderer, materials with an emissive value are displayed with white spikes when Enable Help Geometries is active. Number 10. Float Viewer. By pressing Ctrl W, the viewer will become a separate window detached from the program window. Number 11. Full Screen. The keyboard shortcut Space will maximize your viewer to full screen. By pressing Alt-2, all windows will be hidden, while the main menu and toolbar remain visible. Pressing Alt-2 again will bring the windows back once again. Number 12. Orientation Axis. The orientation axis is located in the bottom left corner of the viewer. It shows the world axis orientation and helps in selecting the right axis for transformations. In the Viewer submenu of the Visibility menu, you can toggle the orientation axis. For presenting a final scene, you should turn it off. Number 13. Frame Rate. The frame rate can be turned on by pressing Ctrl M. It shows the current, real-time rendering speed in frames per second and is the measurement for performance. Number 14. Scene Tree. Global Checkmark and Hierarchy Slider. On the bottom of the scene tree, there's a checkmark called Global and a slider. The slider determines how far down and which hierarchy level of the structure will be opened. When the global checkmark is active, moving the slider will affect the whole scene tree. Without the checkmark activated, moving the slider is selection sensitive and will only affect selected objects in the scene tree. Number 15. Memory Usage. The memory usage is displayed in the very bottom right corner of the software window. It displays the amount of RAM DELTAGEN is currently consuming, the graphics card's memory usage, and how much memory is available in total.